Bye-bye, honey, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Hi everyone, thank you for visiting my channel today. I'm glad to have you here. My name's Hayley if you're new here, and today I'm going to be introducing my rolling project pan for 2025, and I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. I'm going to start off with a primer, and the primer I'm going to be using is this little Milk one. I think it's called, yeah, Hydro Grip Primer by Milk. So I'm going to use that up because I think this came as part of a, you know, you get those goodie bags when you buy things. It says spend this much and get this goodie bag. This came in a Sephora goodie bag, I think. And I've never tried any Milk makeup, but I have used it a couple of times. You can see where the little pump thing's gone up from the bottom. So I'm going to mark it. So I've marked it there, where the bottom of the, you know, the actual fluid part is, not the bottom of the pump plastic thing. So it's at the bottom of where the fluid is. Gel, I think it's like a gel thing, isn't it? I've only used it a couple of times. So I'm going to put that on my face to start with. I hope this goes well with what makeup I've got, because I don't even know if it goes well. Got a hair on my nail. So I'm going to put this on. I always think, is it going to be sticky? Because it's called Hydro Grip. Get a bit more for my forehead. I keep thinking, is the light weird? I've got a ring light, but it's really cloudy out there today. And they keep saying it's going to snow, but I haven't seen any. And they reckoned it snowed in the night, but when I got up, it's just a load of wet puddles everywhere. So, yeah, my kids are like saying, where's the snow, where's the snow? Because I keep saying it's going to snow, but we haven't seen any. I haven't seen any. And it's not going to settle, but it's got milder, which I'm glad about. I don't like it when it gets too cold. I think it's too mild to snow now. So, that's that on. Let's see if it's gone up much since I put it on. Don't think so. So I used about 2 or 3 pumps, didn't I? But I think that'll get used up quite quickly. And then the next things I'm going to use is something from last year. A lot of this is from last year. So I'm going to be using this Deluxe brow pencil. And if you remember my project pans, you're probably thinking, oh, that got short really quick, like since my finale that was only, what, a week or 2 ago? I think, yeah, a week or 2 ago. What happened was I was sharpening it and it crumbled, like it kept crumbling because I think it's got old. So that's where it is now. And what I've done is this time I'm going to do it on one of these pads of paper, like instead of relying on the film, I'm going to do it like that. So I've marked it where the bottom of the pencil is and the top of the pencil. So that's how I've marked it. And then we'll see where it gets to, won't we? I can put the dates next to it. So I'm going to put this on my brows. Just get a mirror. Get my little mirror. Then the next thing is the MAC brow set. I'm putting that back in again because I use it every time. It's getting emptier, isn't it? I think that's more empty since last year. So this is the brow set in clear, but it's got the colour of the pencil in it from putting it on my brows after the pencil. So that's why it's not clear. Not clear now. I like to coat the you know, both sides. So I brush it down, then I'll brush it up, and it'll give it a bit more hold then. Mine are quite wiry brows, so they don't always want to stay where I stick them. So that's that item. And then after that, I've got these two again. I bet this will not hardly go down again, but this will. That will, I think. I say I think. I had it all last year as well, didn't I? Since March. But I did use that a bit. But this I only used 2 or 3 times, I think. So I really need to get rid of them because they're quite old now. So I'm going to put this one on. No, I'll do the other eye. So I only use about that much. So that's why it doesn't go anywhere fast. But it's getting there because it's flat, isn't it? I think I prefer little minis of things because they last so long, some of these items. So there was those. And then after that, I've got this, but I'm not going to be using it today. This is the Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry wand, and I can't show you how far it has to go because this is one of those ones, once you've clicked it up, you can't get it back down. So I just have to use it and see when it's gone. So I do use that more often than the other glitter glue. So this is like a cross between the normal primer and a glitter glue. So it's quite good. But I don't know. I don't think I'll buy that again. I'm not sure because I just think of it as like a piece of wax in there. And I just think, do I want to pay all that money for a bit of wax? Because this is like £26 or £28. Can't remember now. I've had it a little while. But yeah, when I've used that up, I'm not sure if I'll be getting that again. Because I should probably make sure I use this up, won't I? And then I'm putting these in, but I don't know if to put them in. I'm putting them in because I use them every time I do my makeup, so I might as well. So I've got the Clinique Colour Corrector in peach. So this is Clinique Even Better All Over Primer and Colour Corrector in peach. That's the lighter one of the 2. There's only 2 of them they did. And then I've got the Lancôme, what is this one called? Lancôme Natural Skin Glow Serum Concealer in the shade 120N. So I always use those together. So I'm going to do that now. I like using them together because I find this one quite drying and this one is more hydrating. So I use them together because I just hate the way that one feels. And this one's a bit too dark as well. So I always use that and this and then just mush them around together. So I do 2 of these because this one's more fluidy. So I usually do a couple of dabs of that one and 3 of this one. This is the MAC 270S concealer brush it is. So I'm going to just blend those in together. Get in the corner there because I get dark in there. Get really dark. I did have the Urban Decay colour corrector in, I think that was peach as well. And that one was lighter. It was perfect on its own. But I have to mix these 2 together because I feel like I made a mistake with this one. This one's a little bit too light for me, for my liking. And this one's too dark. But that was the lightest one you could get. And this one's the one that's got the sponge. And I do like the sponge. I'll probably go over it now with the sponge. I like using that. So that's that done. Here it is again. It's the Becca Under Eye Brightening Colour Corrector. Wow, I said it correctly. Under Eye Brightening Colour Corrector in the shade light to medium, and all the paint is coming off that lid, look. And I had this last year. I wonder if I can actually get to the bottom this year. That's where it's at. And I put my finger in. Look how deep it goes. Look at that. It goes very deep. So I just use a little bit of that and go like that, because this is quite, it feels thick and emollient. It's very emollient, and it helps because this still feels dry under my eyes. I like it to just dab it on top and it just feels a bit less dry. I wouldn't like to use it on its own because I don't feel like it has much coverage, and it just makes my under eyes look grey when it's used on its own. But it does brighten it up on top of these. But the main reason I use it is because it just feels dry under my eyes otherwise. So, and that's why I never put any powders under my eyes either. I just leave it like that because I get really dry eyes and I can't stand it. It actually gets sore and I can't even touch them if they get too dry. Someone told me, I went in a Neil's Yard shop and they said, oh, I think you've got blepharitis, because when I saw them, I had it looked like I'd been burnt. It was so sore, but one eye always gets worse than the other one. I think it's this one, I can't remember now. But it looks like I've been burnt around the edge here. And it's puffy underneath when they get too dry. And when I press my finger on it, it felt like glass going in, like loads of it, like sandpaper or something. It feels absolutely terrible when it flares up. And I can't really put anything on it because it stings. It stings so much. So I have to just use certain creams on it when I get that problem. But I haven't had that problem for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now, because I know when it's going to start doing it, and I just change the products to more hydrating products or don't put any makeup on. Like usually there's something that will irritate it, and the things that I've been using have not been irritating it. So, and it's usually more likely to do it in the winter as well, so I have to keep an eye on it in the winter. So I haven't had a flare up of that for a long time, so that's going well. So this helps to keep it a bit more, I don't know, emollient under there. It's not water based, I can tell it, I think it's oil based. Yeah, this helps to keep it a bit more hydrated feeling. So that's that product. I hope I see some pan at some point. And then the next one I've got is this Complexion Rescue by BareMinerals. This is a luminizing tinted moisturizer. So what I'm going to do is, this doesn't have any coverage, so I can either use it as like a base thing. You can use it as a base and then put something more mattifying over the top for me, because I'm quite oily and this is quite shimmery. I'll show you what it looks like on my palm here. So it comes out that sort of colour. So it's quite golden looking, but it is very sheer. See, when you rub, it's not going to offer any coverage really, and it does leave a sheen, which I'm not keen on because I have oily skin. So it leaves a bit of a sheen, but it's nothing too ridiculous, and there isn't great big particles in there of glitter or anything like that. But I thought this would be good to use with other foundations that I might think are a little bit too pale or too thick, which is what I'm going to do now with the next product in my rolling project pan, and that is the MAC Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face Pen. And I did start this, using this in my project pan last year, and you can see where I started it. So it has gone up a little bit. I think I've only used it a couple of times, since having it. I don't know, since having it in the project pan last year. But now I'm going to start it here. So I'll do the mark now where the actual foundation ends there. There it is. And I'm going to use it now. We'll see how far it goes up when I use it. I'm going to mix it with this because this is quite thick. So I'm going to put it there. I'll do one pump. So that's what that one looks like. And it's quite, I'll shear this bit out that's got a stray. This one can be quite thick. So that one's a lot thicker than that. And I'm going to mix a bit of this with it. So there's those together. And then I'm going to mix them with this. This is Lancôme. I don't know what number or anything it was, but it's a little foundation brush. So, and I use that all the time with this MAC one that I use. But I've never mixed the MAC one with the BareMinerals Tinted Moisturizer. So we'll see what it looks like. I might have to mix some more. I don't know if I've got enough. Yeah, see, that looks a bit darker, which is what it was a little bit pale. I think that matches really well now. As long as it doesn't oxidise. I hope it doesn't oxidise. And it's not really, I mean, I can still see it is a bit thick. It's thicker than I would have liked. That when I first got that MAC pen, I was like, oh, that's quite, it's not what I really like. It's quite thick, but I have been getting on with it all right. So I've got a little bit of coverage there. Less than usual. I'll go right up to the brow. I think, do I need more for my neck? I'll just do a little bit more. I'll do like half a pump or a little bit of a pump, because you don't have to put it all the way down to get some out. I'm going to get this excess off here, that's what I like to do. Otherwise it's just all blobby in there. I did have the little stopper thing, but I lost it. So I'll just mix those again. And do my neck a bit. I think it's a really good shade now I've mixed them. You can't really tell the difference. Oh, that's really good, because before I think it looked a bit different from my neck when I was using it on its own. So I'm really glad that I've put that BareMinerals in there. And then I'm going to get my beauty blender, because I don't like the finish when I use just the brush. I like it better now. Oh, I've got these guys again. You'll probably be like, oh, not those again. But yeah, I have to use them up because they're my only cream blushes. So these are the Chubby sticks for cheeks from Clinique. And this one's called Amped Up Apple. I always go to call it Amped Up Amber. Amped Up Apple. And this is where that is at the start. So I'm going to show it like that. And then I'm going to wind it up. So there is that. This one was from the start last year. Don't get used up very quick, does it? So it's there. So that's the Amped Up Apple. Apple. I did say it right. Right, so that's the Amped Up Apple. And then I've got the Robust Rhubarb, which is the more peachy one. So there's that one. I think this one's a little bit lower than the apple. Not sure. I think I use this one more. Yeah. So that one's a bit lower. So that's that one. And I'm going to use this one today. I need to put a bronzer on though, don't I? I'll show you my bronzer. I usually do bronzer first, then blush. So where's my bronzer? This is the bronzer I'm going to be using. And this one might get rolled in and out, depending on what time of year it is. So this is the MAC Opalescent powder in the shade Rising Star, a limited edition one. And that's what it looks like now. And it keeps getting hard pan. This one's always got hard pan. So I'm going to scrape it off so that I can actually get something. So what I'm going to use is that. I always use this thing to just get the pan, get this off, this hard pan, and loosen it up a bit. MAC 140 special edition. So I'm going to use that one, and I can get those what I've just scraped, can't I? I'm going to make myself look like a clown now, aren't I? Because I've got so much off. I'll do it lightly. So I've had this a little while, so, and this has got a luminosity to it. So I like to use this when it's cloudy. I wouldn't want to go out in the sunshine with this on, because it would be, you can either use it all over your face, or you can use it, you know, with one of these brushes, a duo fibre, so it's more dispersed and it doesn't look so like what I've done, so intense. Or you can use it like this with a denser brush. But I'm wondering if this was actually for darker skin tones, really, because it's, you know, you'd think of that as a highlighter sort of thing, because it's got all that sheen in it. But you can use it all over your face with a less dense brush. So I wanted it, so I think it's really nice in the winter to add a bit of luminosity on a dark winter's day like this one. So that's that thing, and that's where it is at the start of my pan. All the stars have come off. There's the stars around the edge, but they were all over it. So we'll see how far I get with that, won't we? And then we'll put this blusher on. So I just do a dab there and a dab there. That's what I do. And then I've got this Onyx blush brush, which still got, I use it every day with this Clinique thing. So just blend it in. They blend in so easily, these. I love them. But I'm going to refrain from buying another one, because that means I can't use the rest of my blushes if I'm constantly worrying about these cream ones getting dried out. So I'm not going to buy them. I'm not going to buy them. Oh, don't know if I can be without them, because they're so skin-like, look. I really love how they're like your skin. They're really good. So that's those two, and the bronzer. And then what am I going to go for next? My face powder. This is a Blot powder by MAC, and this was in last year as well. So here it is now, and I'll be sad when that goes, and I'll probably immediately buy a new one. This is a perfect shade for me. So this is in the shade medium, this Blot powder. So where's my little brush? I'm going to use this duo fibre one. I do use the pad that it comes with as well, and I just pat it on. God, I'm getting hair on me. Come on, off you get. I just love it. I think it's like blurring. It blurs. I think it looks so flattering. I love it. It's my favourite powder ever. Takes down the shine and it blurs things. don't know if it's advertised as blurring because it's been around for years, but I think it blurs things. It's my perfect powder. So there is that one, and I use that one a lot. So I'm going to do this now. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick in the shade Ample Amber, is it? Yeah, 04 Ample Amber. This needs using up because these have retired now from Clinique's range. I think they got replaced sometime mid last year, maybe. It might have been middle of 2024. So I need to use these up, don't I? Because they'll end up dried out. So there's that, like that. So there it is. That's all the way up. And then there it is all the way down. Just want to get a good shot because I've got to take screenshots of these. And I'll put it back up again. That is how far it goes up. So let's get it on, shall we? So I love these because they're quick as anything. Yeah, I can feel that is getting a bit drier now. So I need to use it up. It wasn't dry a couple of months ago. Maybe it's because I keep winding it up and looking at it. And I just do that. Done. Bit underneath. This is my fourth one of these. So it was very popular for me. I loved it. Just going to get this brush. What is this one called? Has it got a number? Oh, it's a MAC 217 special edition. I think you can just buy this one normally with the normal black handle, but this was part of the Dragon collection one. You know they do the Lunar New Year. That's it. It was part of the Lunar New Year collection one year. I don't know if it was a couple of years back. I can't remember. But I'm just going to blend this in around the edges. Not that it needs it because it's not one of those colours, you know, I don't need to blend it really. It's an easy going colour. So next up, got our little friend here. How dinky it's looking now. So this is the Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Eye Kohl pencil. And look how short it's getting. Look how short that is. Why does it look really long now? Oh yeah, it does. So here it is on the thing. I did it already before I... Oh, you can't see. There you go. So that's that one. So we can keep an eye on that one, can't we? I'll put the date next to these dashes of when it started. So I think this one's going to go quite quickly because I use it every time. I'm trying to get rid of it. Just on the outer corner and underneath. So it's just on the outer corner. And then I'll blend that in. I'm going to use this silicone thing from Avon to blend that in. I like these silicone things. I think the brushes can be a little bit pokey along your lash line. This is my MAC Happy Go Dazzlingly Opalescent face powder that I use as a golden highlighter when I want one. I'll show you what it's looking like. This one shattered. It was in the pan like them others, but it shattered. So I've got it in this RMS Beauty container. So I'm going to put that one on today. And I'm going to use this brush, fan brush. And it is, I can't even read the number, but it's the MAC fan brush because it's come off, the number has. So I'm just going to go in there lightly and put that there. love it. I don't like it too blinding, so I never have done. You know when there was that trend to get the most blinding highlighter ever? I never joined that trend. I've always had this highlighter. That is the extent of my glowiness. I don't like it. It's too glowy. Oh, I wanted to use that on my inner corner. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this other Avon smudger thing and just go in there. Is there any on it? I think so. I have to undo it again if there isn't. Oh yeah, there is. I think it makes a lovely inner corner. Oh, I know what else I should do as well. So there it is on the inner corner. What I'm going to do is get some on my brush. Come on. I'm going to have to open it because I can't get any. Or can I get it through the holes? I don't think I can get it through the holes because it's just balls now. Oh, I have got some. There's some. I'm going to put it in here for a little spotlight. So that's my little spotlight shade. Blend it in with this on the edges. So that's the highlighter. The gold one. These are other things I've got powders wise. So this one is another MAC Opalescent powder in the shade Shooting Star. And this is, which I will be using a lot, is the pink highlighter that I use for the winter. I'm doing that because look, it comes out. I'll give you a swatch. There it is on my finger. I like that they're subtle. I like using these as highlighters because they're more subtle. You can hardly see it, but there's just a little glimmer there. So I'll be using that because it's the winter, and I'll be using more pinky cool tones things like some of the eyeshadows I'll be using. So I'll use that instead of the gold one. This one's got quite a dip in it. Quite a dip. Look at that. That's nearly hitting the pan, I think. So, yeah, that one will be interesting, I think. And then I've got these other two I like using this when I'm in a rush. This is my MAC Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation in the shade NC20. And that matches me perfect. So if I'm not using a fluid, if I just want to be quick, I like this one. You can just bung it on. So I love that one. That's why there's a big old pan in that. And when I've used that up, I will probably buy that one again. So there's that one. Quite a lot used. And that one comes with a little... But I've put it in a different compact. That's why you're probably looking at it thinking, no, it's not. It is. I've just took it out of the other compact and put it in this limited edition one. Because I love these compacts. I just like looking at it when I use it. So I thought, because I used up the product in it already, I thought I'm going to put that in it instead of that boring old black. And then the last powder thing I'm going to show you is this one by MAC as well. You can tell I'm a big MAC fan, aren't I? This is the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light Plus. And I use this when it's cloudy because that has got a sheen to it. But it just leaves a beautiful glow. So if it's like a really cloudy day and I think, oh, I don't want to look flat and, you know, pallid and whatever, I don't know how to describe it. If you want to give yourself a little glow, this one will do it. So that one's more glowy than this one. The Studio Fix is matte. It's just flat matte. But this one has got a bit of a glow. And it doesn't have as much coverage as the Studio Fix. So if you're someone who's thinking about getting a powder foundation and you're thinking about these MAC ones, that one has got the Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation has got a more matte finish and higher coverage and is more buildable. This one doesn't have as much coverage. You can keep putting it on, but it doesn't have as much coverage as the Studio Fix. Oh, such a gobful thinking of them all. So yeah, this one, a lot of people just use this as a finishing powder on top of a liquid to give them a bit of a glow. So this is like, I mean, a lot of people, they'll put a foundation on and then put the Studio Fix on as well. It depends how much coverage you want, doesn't it? And there's where it's at. And I love it. Love that as well. In the winter I do, but not in the summer because it's too glowy. So there's that one. This one I'll probably get more use in the winter and less in the summer. And that's the last of the powders gone powder mad, haven't I? So now I've got another liner, and this is the MAC Gel Pencil Eyeliner, and this is a limited edition one, and this was from Christmas last year, I think. So this is Blurring Blue, and I've had a mishap with this one already. I was measuring it on this pad thing, and it snapped off. So I can't wind it up to show you now, but that is how much of this. I'll wind it up a bit. So it winds up like that, and that's what it looks like. I'll do you a little swatch. I'm so worried it's going to fall out. And it's like an icy blue, but it flips a bit lavender, pinky lavender. I really like it. It's really nice, and I like using it in my waterline. So I shall do that now. I'm trying not to. Oh, it keeps getting black around here because I'm doing it near this black, so that's why it gets black there. So sorry if it looks filthy, but I've been using it, and I'm going to put some in my waterline. So there it is in my. You have to go back and forth with it because I think it's because of the pearlescence in there. It comes out a bit sheer, so it just brightens it up a little bit. You can see it better than on the video. I think it's not showing up as much on the video. And that is what I had, and now it's broke. So I reckon it's about half, or just over half of that now. So not going to last long, is it? After that, I've got mascara. I've got the YSL Lash Clash in the shade black. I think it's 01 black. I think the number is black. 01, sorry. I'm just going to give my eyelashes a crimp. And I have been using this for a couple of months already, so when it starts to get flakies underneath, I know that it's done. It starts flaking off when it gets too dried out, doesn't it? I do like this one. It does quite a bit of lengthening, I think. I remember when I first got it, I was like, wow. Like, it really does make your lashes look long. So that's them. I'm quite happy with this. I don't think I've had a YSL mascara that I wasn't happy with. I've always been happy with YSL mascaras. I think they do good mascaras. And then I've got this, more MAC. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Lip. And this broke as well. So I'll wind it up. See, it's all the way down there, look. It's nearly gone anyway. So I'll wind it up, but I can't do it like that. Is as far as it'll go. I thought I better not do it all the way because it'll fall off, but it's pretty much done. So I'm going to put this on. I have to wind it down because it could fall off. Will it? Don't know. I do love the Prep and Prime Lip. It stops you getting all those lines that you get from your lipstick. So, because it's thicker than a balm, It's a bit thicker and it fills in those lines. It's a real, look, I'm trying to get it in. It's a really good product, that is, but it's nearly gone. And then last of all, I'm going to use this lipstick, and this was a limited edition, and it was in 2020. I know it sounds disgusting, but it doesn't smell bad. It still smells of vanilla, and it still looks nice. So I'm going to try and get it used up. That's why you keep seeing me with a lot of red lips in all my videos. It's this. And you can just have it sheer because it's a luster glass, or you can build it right up. I usually have it sheer. You can make it thicker than that, but I don't want it thicker than that. So that's that. And let me wind it all the way up. That's where that is. I think that has gone down a bit since I had it in the pan last year. Can I do it this year? Can I do it? Right, I'm a bit limited when I can use it because I can only use that when I do gold eyes, pretty gold, or like a neutral colour because it's a red. Like I couldn't use that with a pink, could I? Or could I? I don't know. But yeah, that one doesn't always get used. And then I've got this pink one here. This is called Across the Sky. And this is a matte. It still smells okay, but I always find the matte ones and the satin ones, is that it? Matte, satin, oh, and the frosts. They stink, terrible. The frost is the worst. As soon as you get it, it stinks. I'm just like, why does that smell like that? I've never had one that didn't smell bad from the get, like Play-Doh, like not bad, but Play-Doh. You know, you get that Play-Doh smell with some lipsticks. I don't know if it's supposed to smell like that because most of their lipsticks smell like vanilla, but every time I've bought a frost one or a satin, there might have been the odd occasion I've got a satin that hasn't smelled like Play-Doh, but usually they smell like Play-Doh straight away, and these I can smell the Play-Doh smell as well, pretty much straight away, but these have more of a vanilla smell mixed in, the mattes do, so it's like a vanilla Play-Doh thing. But the frost one, I don't think I've ever smelt much vanilla in those. They just smell like Play-Doh. So I want to get this used up because it gets on my nerves, because I like the vanilla smell, and it just makes me think, when it smells like Play-Doh, I don't like that. So that's why I really love the luster glasses. They last and last, and they stay smelling like vanilla. So yeah, I want to use this one up. Even this one is probably 1 or 2 years old, I'm not really sure. This was part of a Eid collection, or Ramadan, I think you call it. So yeah, I want to use that one up. And that was my last product. And there's my face of Project Pan. So thanks for watching my introduction to my rolling Project Pan for this year. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.